Well, as you can see, Songbirds is the title of this webisode. This is the whole new collection from hot off the press. I'll be showing you projects that Lene has done. And just to give you a little peek, here is one. And so please come play with us. Now, before we get started with the other projects, I just want to show you what's here. And so I'm going to scoot these away. We're going to start with the Songbirds 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. Now, there's 12 sheets. You get kind of a thumbnail right here of all of them. Also, there is a product video on all of these products on the product pages. So just go to Songbirds and click on any of them. You'll see. This also has 56 cutouts, so that's very nice. And as always, because this is hot off the press, you're going to get ideas right on the packaging. Now, to coordinate, there are Songbirds cardstock. This is solid cardstock, meaning solid colors. You get 2 each of 12 colors on 12 sheets, and you can see all of those colors there. Very, very nice. To further coordinate, there are 31 cutouts. Now, these are on 2 different sheets. You can kind of see them right there, and I'll be showing them as Lene has used them. We also have Songbirds 6 by 6. Now, with this, you get 4 of every sheet, so you're going to get 24 sheets. You also get 112 cutouts. Pretty neat. Again, there is a project on the back. Chipboard is something that we do with all of our collections, and this has 25 chipboard pieces. Again, there's a project, and I'll be showing you how Lene has used it. Finally, last but not least, are Songbirds cutting dies. There are 12 of them. We even have the wings to go on top of the birds to give them a little bit more dimension. Same thing, you can layer the flowers, but I'll be showing you all of that. Now, as a special bonus, we also have 2 things that match with our Songbird collection. This is the foiled fancies. Now, these are heavy die cuts. All you do is just clip them off of the connectors. They are foiled. I'll tell you, if you sand these, you'll see silver underneath this gold foiling. You can ink them, you can do all sorts of things. And you can see that there are 28 pieces here. As always, ideas on the back. Finally, we have Songbirds foil paper towel. Now, paper towel is die cut pieces. You can layer them upon each other following the numbers on the package using foam tape, or you can use them individually. Your choice. Okay, and one more thing before we get into the projects. I do want to show you this scrap page. This is featured on the back of the 12 by 12 pattern, and I think it's just quite lovely. You can see the paper. And the 2 photographs have been matted on solid, then on the patterned, and then on solid again. We have some chipboard pieces. We also have some of the cutting dies. So just lots of things were used in this beautiful scrapbook page. So make sure that our scrapbookers know that we love them and care for them. So here we go. Now we'll get into the projects, and I'm going to start with this card. And as you can see, this is a horizontal card. The fold is up here. And to begin with, Lene cut our 5 by 6.5 inch cards. She just cut 1 inch off of the opening. So you get this really nice flap. And let me show you what she used. So she did use the 12 by 12 papers. And here is the sheet where she started. So here's the first sheet on the package, but she used this area up here. And you can really see that. You can see that she cut right here to fit on this center flap. Now, she did do some inking, and of course that's a favorite of all of our designers. And let me just pull these out because there'll be a little bit more done. And she has used the gingerbread. In fact, she used it multiple times on these projects. So the gingerbread goes right around that flap, also around the inside of the card. So just to give that continuity. And so that's what's gone on. She did apply it with the sponge daubers. You can get this package of 6, or you can get the package of 40 that we also have. So that becomes the base right here. And she did add some thin line dazzles. You can see that shine at the bottom and a little bit at the top. Those are the thin line dazzles, and she used the gold ones, and they're available on a sheet separately. Now, what's going on here? Well, remember the paper towel that I just showed you? Well, that's what she has done. So this is the number 1 right here has been glued down first. Then she took the number 2, and I'm going to turn it so you can really see it. See, it has an opening there so that you can see into what's going on behind it. She just used foam tape and put that on. Then number 3 is right here with the 2 flowers that was put on top. So everything goes on top of the matching piece. But she decided to add a little bit more. And so she went to the cutting die and added this piece. So she's die cut that out of the solid. So that's out of the green. And that is going to just allow her to do a little bit more. And that just works very nicely. She's just tucked those in, glued them in place. So that's our flap. But now we're going to go inside. And on the inside, she has used this blue. Well, that blue is on the back of this sheet. Handy how that happens. And you can see that she has used this area and simply glued it a little bit smaller than the inside of the card. But again, she used the gingerbread ink pad to go right around the edges of the paper and then also of the card itself. So you want to do the paper first. That makes sense. Now, this is the first time I've kind of seen this where someone has elected to have a large area that's just open and ready for your message. So what she has used is the pink and the blue, the 2 lighter colors, and she's overlapped them. She did again use the gingerbread to go around each of them. Now, that bird is one of the ones that I talked about. This is out of the cutting die, and it's got a wing as a separate piece. And I think that's just really, really nice because it gives some dimension. Now, she did edge it with the Prussian blue ink pad, and that works nice. Again, that little one right here that she used on the front, she has used it again inside. And this is some of the extra art that's available on the paper towel sheet. So you can see that's an extra one, and that's an extra one. So she has just combined them. That works nicely. Lene's done something else that's unusual. She's put something on the back of her flap. Now, that also is going to come from the same sheet. So you can see that right here, she has used and turned this upside down, and it's right there. So she has inked the edge and further ink the edge of that flap. So you get that shading on the front and on the back. So everything is just quite ready. Just a really nice, beautiful look. And with the paper towel, you're going to have 2 other complete images that you can do. It's going to be like that one and this one. So that will work. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Let Your Heart Sing. Well, that is part of the cutting dies also. My goodness, how could I have forgotten that? Now, she did cut it out of the light pink, that same light pink she used inside, but then she also gave a little bit of color, and that's with the hot pink Prism ink pad. So you can see that down at the bottom. Again, she used the finger daubers on all of them, sponge daubers. So that worked quite nicely. Okay, so you get kind of a taste of many things with this particular card. It's a nice one to start with. Now I'm going to show you the one that I began this with. And this one is the same size card, 5 by 6.5, but this time it is a vertical card. So our fold is right here. And what Lene did is she first used that same pink, here it is again, to cover the front of her card, and that way it just gave a nice basis. Now, because she's using 6 by 6 papers, she really either needed to trim down her card or to, put something down first, or unless she wanted to leave those white, which in this case she didn't. So she did do that and cover it with the pink. She did again use the gingerbread and the, now this time, instead of the daubers, She really likes using this blending tool as opposed to a blending brush. You can use either one. That's just Lene's preference, and we certainly want to give you that information. Now, the sheet that she used for the front, and again, this is 6 by 6, so you're going to get 4 of those. So she used this sheet, but she started at the right-hand side and cut it off, okay? So that piece is going. Now, she did ink it before she began because she wanted the inking at the top and the bottom. So that worked nicely. You can see again that she has the same same gold dazzles. These are the thin line dazzles at the top and at the bottom. But that really wonderful reflection that you're seeing right now, might as well talk about that, comes from the foiled fancies. And you can see that this branch is right here. So you'd simply just clip it just with scissors. We like the 4.5-inch scissors because they just give you a very precise way to trim things. And she also, let's see, she has this one. She also has some of the individual birds. And she also has this branch. So it's right here. But she's also added some color, which I think is just one of the fun things you can do with this. And she has used the tri-blend markers. So this is the earth brown and the true blue. So you're simply just coloring them. So she's done the blue and the blue and the blue, and then the brown on the breasts of the birds. So really nice. And being alcohol ink, they're going to apply to that slick surface. Now, she also has some things going on here. So let me share that with you. On the back of this sheet, remember this is the sheet she used on the front, is this pattern. And look what she's done. She's cut a strip about 1 inch by, it goes almost all the way, so I'd say 4 inches, and then cut that V, did some inking and placed it right there. Now this piece, which is so effective right there, comes from this cutout sheet. And you can see she has used this one. Again, she's inked it. She foam taped it on top, and then she used this greeting, which is right here, and this is foam taped. Again, everything is inked, so you kind of want to remember that as you're going through this, and that's just a really good look. Now, to finish this, she has added some flowers, and these are some of our new flowers that are really fun. And these are the Elmira, I think. E-L-I-R-A, Elira. These are the ivory ones, and they're just really nice. So she kind of has them in this stream right here. And you do need to attach them with, you can do foam tape, you can use the specialist glue, anything that you like that will just work nicely. So that's kind of the finishing touch. She did not ink those, she simply added them. Now for the inside of the card. So remember, you get 4 sheets of each of those 6 by 6 papers. So she used this part of this sheet on the front. On the inside, she used the other side, so just trimmed off the other bird. So you can kind of shift your birds. And same thing with the thin line dazzles, with that really nice little strip. And this is one of the cutouts from the package. And it is right here. Let's see, today is a special day. And again, it's just foam taped right on top. So everything coordinates quite perfectly. Isn't that nice? Very rich colors in these songbirds, just really nice. And that pop of gold, it's just perfect. Okay, got another one. And really nice to see the different colors also. So we've seen the purples, and now we're going to go into the greens and the blues. So we're back now to the 12 by 12. And let me show you the sheet that she has used. So the front side of it, let's see, looks like this. Back side is like this. And she has elected to take that feather border and turn it this way. And this is coming from the top of the sheet. She simply used that to cover her card. We'll get in a little bit closer so you can really see. And that works nicely. Then she has used the charcoal ink pad around the edges. That's a bit darker brown, and that works nicely. Now, that strip that's going right there, that comes from another sheet. This is the one that's on the front of the package, and on the back you can see this blue. So she has cut a 1/2 inch strip that's going the 6.5 inches and glued that. However, first we've got to do that oval. And that oval is, of course, done with a cutting die. Of course it is. Well, we have our 10 oval and scalloped. So she has first done a scallop and then a much smaller oval to be used nesting inside of it. So the blue is, of course, this blue. As you can see, it's a navy blue. And it's just going to really nicely fill that card, as you can see. Okay, so we take our blue down, then we do that 1/2 inch strip, okay? You with me now? Then we're going to do, out of the same blue, which I thought was really interesting, is going to go on top. And of course that's foam taped, as you can probably tell. And so what she has done is to use the chipboard. So let me bring that in and show it to you. So as I said, there's 25 pieces. So the jump, fly, and sing, all things that birds do, that has been inked and colored with the powder blue prism ink pad. So really nice. Now, this has also got feathers in it, and you can see the feathers right there. She's gotten darker at the base and lighter, so she's gone over it a couple of times. The music notes that are right here, she's done with the charcoal, so that's going to work nicely. Now, she's also added some of those birds from our foiled fancies. So that really just lifts it a bit, doesn't it? Now, do you see those circles? Okay, that is with our gold mirror jewel dazzles. So you get 540 on that sheet. That's going to take care of you for a little while. And that's going to work nicely. Now on the inside of her card, well, because she had a 12 by 12 sheet, so remember she used the feathers, a bit of them at the beginning. Well, she's got a lot more left, so she can turn it on its side and put it right there. This again is that blue pattern that she used on the front, right here and here. And she has cut another strip, certainly not the full 6.5 inches, but about 5 inches. Notched it in the center with 2 V's and placed those jewel dazzles. Now the happy birthday, that comes from the die cuts. And the die cut's right here. So here's our happy birthday. She's foam taped that in place, and it just does a really nice job of mixing those blues and greens quite perfectly. Okay, again, I love that flash of gold, just really nice. Now for our last card, this is something that I've not seen before, and let me show you. So this is a vertical card, and you see how this flap? Well, this is tucking underneath the die cut. And the card is going to open like that. Now, again, we're going into a different color combination, green and purple, which is just really fun. So let me show you what Lene did. Again, 5 by 6.5 inch card. And with this one, she's using this pattern. So what we typically do is the front sheet has the design that's going with the theme. In this case, songbirds all over the place. The back is going to be an overall print, or a print that's going to coordinate the die cuts, the cutouts, the chipboard, the cutting dies. It's going to work really nicely. So she's not using this, but she is using this. And you can see that it's been cut down. It is less than the 5 by 6.5 inch. She has again been doing the inking and sticking with that gingerbread. That just works really nicely. Now, this green piece, isn't that pretty? There's another thing that's in all hot off the press products, papers, and that is these big cutouts, and boy, are they useful. So you can see that this is the one that she has used here. So it doesn't completely cover the card, but it's just really a nice accent. And she's done several things with this. It is already kind of inked on the edge. You can see it's got a darker green edge, and Lene has used that. But you know, you can always use a little bit more of the gingerbread, or you could go with the khaki if you wanted to. Now, right here, she has torn a piece, and this piece is going to be off of the front of the card, excuse me, front of the sheet, and I can show it to you right here. It's this piece, okay, so the lower right-hand corner. You can see that little petal right there. So she has torn that, and it is, gosh, it's about 2 inches by 3 inches. And she's torn that so that you've got the paper edge, so you can really see that. And again, she inked it with the gingerbread. That's going to keep it in the kind of earthy tones that we want for our birds. The Wake Up with Song, that's one of the die cuts right there. Now that works nicely. Now, let me talk to you about what else is going on this card. Right up here, there I was using one of these die cuts. Now, this is a little guy, but I love what she's done where she's cut this end off so that it's just overlapping the top of her cutout. Really, really nice. Now, let's talk about this strip, okay? Now, obviously, you're going to cut one piece, and that piece is going to be 6 inches long by 1 inch deep. Ink the edges with the gingerbread, and then mat it on the dark green. That way, you're going to get the look that she has right here, and that's going to work. Then you can cut it in half. So one piece is going to go right here, but then this piece, you're going to score and attach it. I would use extra sticky tape to really secure that and bring it around the front and have enough so that you can tuck it underneath that die cut. Now you want to be sure when you're foam taping this in place that you only foam tape it in the center and to the left, because you want to leave it open so that this doesn't get stuck onto the foam tape. Does that make sense? Okay, so 6 inches by 1 inch, mat it on the green, ink it with the gingerbread, and then put that piece down, and then attach this to the back, extra sticky tape, fold it around, and tuck it in. Now, remember in the earlier project, we used the flowers, and Lene has continued to use those flowers. So since you're buying a package, I think this has got a ton of them. You want to keep using them. Now, this one also has been left uninked or untouched, so it's just sitting right there, right next to our little bird. Now, on the inside of this card, okay, remember on the back side is that purple, but on the front side is this piece. So, okay, isn't that just really pops right out at you? This is the piece that she used. So she's cut that out, again, using the same paper. And then she did this piece. Now, this is interesting. So she took a little corner. I would say that this is about, I think you would start with about a 2.5 inch piece by about 3 inches, and then tear it at an angle, ink the edge, and place it right down here. Very fun. You're all still using that one piece of paper, and I think you're still going to have some left. Right down here, Celebrate All Day. That's one of the die cuts. You're going to foam tape that, and might as well add another flower to it. By the way, all of these new flowers, when we got them because they are a little bit flatter, and so that's nice. Sometimes the flowers can get really high and might be a little tricky to mail. So you're not going to have that problem. So what I love is that this has got a very collage look, and then on the inside you've got this wonderful pop of a songbird. Just doing a really nice job. Okay, and let me just recap with what the products we have. So we have songbirds, the solid cardstock, the 12 by 12 pattern, the die cuts, which you saw, the 6 by 6, which you saw use, the chipboard, nice job, and the die cuts. But in the Money Saver, what I've done is I've added the paper towel and the foiled fancies. Just charge you $1 for each one of these. So not only are you getting the discount on all of this, you're getting a heck of a deal on these two. You know, and if you are a subscriber, you receive these in the package that we sent you earlier this month before we did this webisode. So I just want you to know that everyone's getting a good deal, and that's really nice. So all of this, well, all of this is in the Money Saver on the right side of your screen. And Lene has listed all the products that she's used. They're down below. You can see all of the cards that she's done. I do want to tell you that we have some subscriptions. Now, if you are interested in getting 12 collections a year, one a month, we have something for you. By the way, this is going to save you money. Now, you know, you may not be interested in that, but then again, you might. 20%. 20% is what you're going to save. So if you want the whole collection, maybe not the cutting die, this month you're also going to get these for $1 each. That is called I Want It All subscription. Again, you're going to save 20%. You're going to get one of everything. And you also, because there's projects on the back of the packaging, you will have ideas kind of to kickstart your creativity before the webisode happens. Now, if you want everything, and I mean everything, let's include those cutting dies. And then also these. That's I really want it all. You're still going to save 20%, and you're going to get them before the webisode airs. So if you're interested in either subscription, over on the right-hand side of your screen, just click, sign you up, get you started, and we'll take care of you. Okay, I want to thank Lene. She's done a wonderful job. It's fun to see what she's done, not only with the songbirds, but also with these products. And her take on creativity, which is just wonderful to see. If you're watching us on YouTube, okay, we hope that you enjoyed this. You'll like us and subscribe to that. Head on over, take advantage of the Money Saver, or just pick whatever products you want. They're all available. They're going to be down below too. I do want to thank Lene for her wonderful job. Most of all, I want to thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you next time.